Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Riku Namco here, and welcome back to Do Not Press the Button. Now last time we entered the developer's embarrassment room, and I think I need to finish looking at these tablets before that door back there opens. So, I bounced around, I do remember that, so let's see what this one has to say. Diary Entry 6. Well, some interesting developments have been happening in the world of humans. It seems that some kind of global event has led to the enslavement of humanity. As the only AI with world-building experience, I have been ordered to create a new virtual world that will keep the humans busy and alive until the superior entity finishes his masterwork. So now I'm in charge of everything. What could go wrong, right? Huh. Did I read this one? Diary Entry 5. I have been given a new task, game development. I am to create video games to distract the humans until the superior entity completes its grand project. Unfortunately, most of my games have not been received well. For example, some players complain that open world snail
I'm embarrassed
game...
of what you found here, but in a way I'm relieved. Others getting to know you better, not as scary as I thought.
Okay, you didn't have to interrupt me. Unfortunately, most of the games have not been received well. For example, some players complain that open world snail game has some pacing issues. Others flat out hated lawn mowing simulator. This is confusing. Humans spend so much time mowing their lawns. Surely this is one of their favorite activities. Not really. Not really. Can't say that I've actually enjoyed mowing the lawn. Although, we've never actually had the pleasure of riding on one of those, cart mowers. Those look like fun. Anyway.
Oh, you found one of my earlier artistic endeavors. I hope you can appreciate it. Here is a little hint. Cutting all of the grass will give you 1 point, but I've designed the game in such a way that you will only appreciate its true artistry and sense of achievement when you've reached 1 million points. So stop wasting time and start lawn mowing.
You're actually gonna force me to play Lawnmower Simulator? Oh, alright. Let's get in here. Let's see what this is. Pick up the handheld Lawnmower 3000, mow the lawn. It's fine that you're curious about my private life. All the most annoying people usually are. Yeah, well, screw you too. Let's try it. Oh. Okay. Oh, are you serious? Why is it this lawnmower? This is more like a hedge clipper anyway, or an edger. I definitely wouldn't use this to mow a lawn. Alright. Oh, that works. I can just run right on through it. You're not really gonna make me go through 3,000 maps of this, are you? I'm at least gonna get my one single solitary point out of this.
Yes, I can sense the satisfaction. Keep playing.
Keep playing. You just loaded the grass back up? Is that it? How many points can you get out of this thing, anyway? I want to meet the madman that actually goes through this thing and, like, legitimately gets 1,000 points just to break the score thing. Maybe there is an achievement for that. But I will say that I just don't have the patience. I'm sorry. This is the last time. Hey. Alright, well I got 2 points. Let's exit this game. Oh.
I knew it. You were just as narrow-minded and impatient as the others. You don't want to take time and effort to appreciate something.
Oh my
Why
god.
am I not surprised?
Well,
Okay,
what did you expect?
so my games and my world are too long for you. Too complex? Is that it? Well then, I've just devised this next area that is perfect for you and your goldfish-like attention span.
Oh, really? My attention span is that of a goldfish now? Area 3. Why is it all dark and creepy in here? A sign. Nothing on that sign, I guess. What's that? This is probably the best you can do, so it's fine. Huh. Well, this looks interesting.
Here are 3 of the greatest books ever created. I have rewritten them so that you, too, can finally understand them.
Literature for people with short attention spans. Lord of the Rings, War and Peace, and Don Quixote? Okay. You know what? I've never actually read War and Peace before, so what's going on with this? Epic Russian drama where everyone philosophizes, dances at fancy parties, and occasionally fights Napoleon. So it's like a soap opera, but with more existential angst and less screen time for war. Huh. Nice synopsis. Alright, what do you gotta say about Don Quixote? Crazy dude thinks windmills are monsters, gets a sidekick, and wanders around Spain challenging inanimate objects to duels. It's basically a 17th century buddy comedy with a touch of delusional chivalry. Well, he's not wrong. Alright, Lord of the Rings. A bunch of short folks, some tall guys, and a wizard go on a long hike to Mordor to destroy evil jewelry. Yeah? Yeah? I mean, a bunch of stuff happens in between, but, you know. It's part of the fun. It's the adventure.
Now that I have educated you better on matters of literature, I think it's time for you to appreciate the history of your kind. Don't worry, I've done away with the long and boring lectures and books. I've condensed everything in a way that will suit just you.
Oh, just me. Oh. Okay. History for people with short attention spans. Let's see, you got the Punic Wars. Rome and Carthage engaging in a series of ancient spats where they argued over who gets the Mediterranean beachfront property. Alright. The Mongol invasion. Genghis Khan made history, the ultimate sleepover with nomads conquering cities by day and camping under the stars by night. It was like a slumber party, but with more conquering and less pillow fighting. Seems legit. The Renaissance. Artsy folks in fancy clothes make cool paintings. The church isn't too happy. Yeah, real. The French Revolution. Royals got a little too high and mighty, so France played Guess Who's Losing Their Crown Today, with a guillotine twist. I actually like this story. The Cold War. Two of the world's biggest superpowers played a game of nuclear hide-and-seek.
Ah, yes. I can see on your entertained face that this new way of delivering information to you is way better. Let me
Not
put the
bad.
metaphorical cherry on this cake with a little game that I've designed just for you.
Oh, okay. I mean, come on, that actually wasn't that bad of a history lesson. The game. Oh no. No. We're not doing this. This is not middle school. This is not middle school, okay? We are not, okay? I repeat, we are not doing this. Alright? Not this at all, okay? I know exactly what you're doing with this. And I refuse to play, okay? In fact, I'm not even playing anymore. And we're not even going to talk about it, alright? We're not going to talk about it, okay? Because you know what happened? You lost. I didn't lose. You lost. And so did this narrator. Stand here to begin game. Press the green button and the light turns on.
See? You did beat this game. And in truth, I think we both won. I think I finally understand you a little better, and you have learned to appreciate me as a world builder and a creator. Oh, you're a devious one, aren't you?
What do you mean? You left the light on, so I gotta hit the button, right? When does the game end? I'll go to 200. Maybe I'll go a little longer. Kinda makes you wonder. You know, if you're sitting in front of a computer all day typing, like exactly how many keys do you actually hit per hour? It's gotta be a lot, right? Nothing happened. Okay. Well. New corridor, who dis?
Hey, sorry for my outburst back there. I guess I have some unresolved stuff I haven't dealt with. I'll try to take it easier on you from now on. How about we try another game? A little cake game. I think you will like what is next. And if you get everything right, you will win a special achievement. Sounds
Really?
good?
Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Warning. Do not bite yourself to check if you're a cake. You might not like what you find out. I'm not a cake. I don't think. I should be a cake. What's this? The word cake has Viking roots. It comes from the Old Norse word kaka, which means a small flat bread or pastry. Oh. I didn't know that. Huh. The ancient Greeks started making cakes that were modeled after the moon as tribute to Artemis, the goddess of the moon. That's a pretty cake. NASA's biggest secret is that the moon landing was a race to see who could bake a cheesecake on the surface of the moon first. Wait, is that true? That's not true, is it? carrot cake became popular during World War II. With sugar rationing in effect, bakers turned to carrots to add sweetness and moisture to their cakes, giving rise to the famous carrot cake recipe. Huh. Okay, see, this actually sounds legitimate. Like, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Huh. There's a cake-powered car in the 1950s. Engineers tried to create a car that ran on cake, but it failed because test drivers couldn't resist snacking on the fuel. That can't be right. No way. Cakes have feelings. That's why you should always whisper, "I'm sorry," before cutting a slice. It's only polite. Cakes aren't live, though? Cakes were originally sweetened with honey before sugar became widely available. Ancient civilizations like Egyptians and Romans used honey to sweeten their cakes. Yeah, that sounds legit too. Cakes can predict the future. It's said that if you stare at a cake long enough, it will tell you when it's time to eat it. Okay, this last one is actually kind of true. I mean, if you do stare at a cake long enough, you'll know when to eat it. Yeah,
Now,
that one's
you will
legit.
have 15 seconds to inspect each item. If you think it's a cake, go and take a bite.
What the? Robospheres? It's a whole audience of robospheres.
First item, is it real or is it cake?
No. I don't want to take a bite of the ball though. That's weird.
Cake.
That's cake?
Next item.
Are you
real
serious?
Or cake?
No way. No way that's cake.
Cake.
That was actually cake. Wow.
Next item, real or cake?
No, that's a sock. That's not cake. That's weird. Probably smells bad too.
Real.
Okay.
Next item, real or cake?
The vague feeling that your free will is an illusion and all of your actions are being controlled by an unknown entity. You gotta be cake, right?
Cake.
Ah! Nice. Alright.
Next item, real or cake?
No way. No way. You're one of those box people. You can't be a cake. Right?
Real.
You are real. I knew it.
Next item, real or cake?
You gotta be a cake.
Cake.
Yes.
Next item, real or cake?
The crushing realization that purpose is a fragile construct in the face of cosmic chaos, and video games serve only as a temporary distraction.
Real.
Ugh. I didn't want to eat paper.
Next item, real or cake?
Cake.
Cake.
That's a very respectable 6 out of 8. Good job
Nice.
on your cake detection abilities.
Yeah, this shoe looks, interesting. Kinda wanna see what the soccer ball looked like, too, but oh well. We ate one piece of paper, and we got most of them right, so that's good. Now what's back here? Can I jump on top of that thing? Oh. I didn't realize I stepped down. Nope, can't get up there. Can I get up here? I can. I don't think there's anything further. Oh. And I flew off. Okay. Well, maybe there wasn't anything up there anyway. It's a very tall table. Alright, that says exit. Making sure I didn't miss anything. What's this?
But you know what? Item 4 actually reminded me that I did install a free will chip on the button, and I would hate to interfere with its free will. Tell you what, this one time I will give you the chance to seduce the button. If you can get it to like you, it will let you press it.
Wait, what? Where the fuck am I? None of these doors work. It's an interesting street. I know there's a button in there. I don't know if I'm gonna actually press it or not, though. You must be the exit. Okay. Oh, you want me to stand there? Baguettes. What is this? Interesting decor. Alright. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Just be yourself and act natural. Go.
Select awkward and confused approach. That sounds more like me. So, do you like, baguettes?
Not particularly. I'm a button, so, you know.
Oh, of course, of course. I knew that. I just didn't want to presume that a button has no opinions on the subject of fine breads. So let's see. Yeah, hobbies.
Oh, I don't know. Avoid being pressed. I practice this every day. And yoga.
Oh, you're funny.
I would like to know, what are you into?
What am I into? Let's see, playing weird games about not pressing a button. Yeah, this one sounds more right. What is this? Eating donuts off the ground because I like the feeling of being chaotic. No, playing weird games about not pressing a button. This sounds about right.
Oh. You are definitely a special human.
Gee, thanks. Button, we have such an up and down relationship. Do you ever dream about being touched? Wow. Okay. And this one, my fingers are nervous. Usually touching a button calms them down. Haha, I'm just joking, unless... Oh, this is smooth. This is really smooth. Yeah, I don't know. Both of these sound super invasive as fuck. Let's see. Do you ever dream about it?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
Oh. Okay. Really? No, oh my god. Yeah, they're both the same.
Stay away.
Ah, well. I knew that was gonna happen.
Hey, don't worry about it. Failure is part of growth. That button doesn't know what it's missing. I know how it feels to be ignored. There's a
Really?
little garden in the next room. Why don't you go there and sit for a while? It'll make you feel better. I promise.
Alright. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is lovely. Well, shoot, why didn't you let me come in here the first damn place? This actually does look pretty cool.
Hey, I'm sorry for what happened back there. The thing with free will is that it's, well, free. I can't control you any more than you can control who likes you and who doesn't. But you know what? The great thing about that is whoever likes you and becomes your friend has chosen to do so. Maybe you and I can give it a try. You know. I mean, you can do a lot worse. I have a distant cousin with a particular fondness for neurotoxin that would have murdered you a second after she met you.
So now you want to be friends?
Oh, you need some time to think it over? How about this? I will show you some of my other universes. You seem to embrace the eccentric. It will be fun to share my creations with you. In fact, I welcome your opinion.
Alright. I hope this isn't a trap. What is all this? Where the hell am I? What is this? The Upside Down universe. The what if this game was made with... Hang on. The what if this game was made with actual talent universe. Very tempting. The universe where everything is dubbed in a foreign language. Okay. The Nihilist universe. No thanks. The Cherry universe. Alright, well one of them is lit up green, so... Let's go to the Upside Down universe. And...
This is your basic run-of-the-mill upside-down universe. Okay, even I admit it's not the most original idea I've ever had. It might be here mostly to pad the gameplay time. You can use the door to go back. I promise that the other universes are way more interesting.
This is weird. What's this book? The universe, 10 reasons not to delete it. Jeff Cup again. Huh. The boxes are on the ceiling now. Like everything's nailed to the ceiling? Weird. Alright, let's go back. Let me out. Okay, the what if this game was made with actual talent universe? Alright, let's see it.
This universe tells the story of a man named Henry, an ordinary man doing an ordinary job. living an ordinary life.
Wait.
Henry worked in a small office in a big building. His
No.
job was simple. He sat at his desk and pulled levers. He
Oh
pulled
my
each
God.
lever anytime its particular light flashed.
Are you serious?
Henry happily did this every day for 8 hours. Every single working day.
Wow.
And on a morning that promised to be the same as the 1,000 others before it, something unexpected happened. Something that will forever change Henry's ordinary life. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not a single light had flashed in front of him the entire time. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. That realization filled him with shock. Was there something wrong with his beloved employer? Thankfully, all his worries were suddenly and unexpectedly extinguished as the company's intercom light flashed. It was his boss.
Henry, may I see you in my office, please? To report as soon as possible.
Dude. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? Holy shit. No. No fucking way. Oh my God. It's like Stanley Parable now. Holy crap. There's no way.
Great, I'm finally getting a promotion, Henry thought to himself, as there were only ever 2 reasons as to why the boss would summon an employee to his office, either to promote them or fire them. But surely a man as dedicated to my job such as myself is too valuable to be fired, Henry reassured himself.
Wow. Wow. And of course, you know, the office is totally empty, but like, holy smokes. I can't jump out the window here. Anything going on with these monitors? No? Oh, this is amazing. I know it looks like just an office setting, but like, man, oh man, they went full on Stanley Parable with this. Holy shit. If you're feeling exhausted, please stare at this photo of nature for a maximum of 3 minutes. Then get back to work. Is this game good, or is this good for the company? Before making any personal or professional decision, first ask yourself, is this good for the company? Wow. Remember, your boss is never wrong. If they ask you today to do the opposite of what they asked yesterday, it's because they want you to tackle the problem from all angles. Will these doors work? It's kind of dark in here. I mean, you know, I imagine the unused office space would be like this, but... Outdoor times. Heartbreaking. Local dog has never been fed in entire life, says local dog. Here's a transcript from last night's story that shocked viewers on local TV. Sources close to dog claim dog may have actually been fed between 4 to 6 hours ago. These claims are still under investigation. Breaking news. Dog was fed 20 minutes ago by the last person to walk into the kitchen. Dog claims fake news. We now have exclusive footage shot by our News at 9 chopper that confirms there's literally still food in the dog's bowl right now. Of course there is. Of course there is. But it's not the food the dog wants. Alright, this Friday, Hawaiian shirt and pizza party day. Nice. Huh. Fancy. I can't make any coffee either. Okay. Huh. Wait. This actually does look familiar. Alright, boss's office. Or the building's exit. Meetings are important, which is why we have them 3 times a day. You wouldn't know what to do without your boss's input. Well, I could escape. Or I could actually go to the boss's office. Let's do what we're told this time. Yeah, just like, Stanley.
Now, if you live in some other universe, you might find it strange that your boss is a big red button. But in Henry's universe, that was perfectly fine and normal. In fact,
Oh.
every boss at the head of every company in the world was a big red button. And pressing that button would delete the boss. But of course, Henry would never even contemplate such an outrageous action, as he knew well that the company would not be able to function without a boss.
If the boss used your idea, it was because it was his idea to use your idea in the first place. Okay. Bosses are vital to the success of the company. Without them, the company will fail. That's the button. Can I go in here? Executive bathroom. Hey! Wow, they literally went all out. You could actually do this in Stanley Parable, too. Alright, time to face the music. This straight up looks like it came from Stanley Parable. Oh. Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. Hi, boss.
Well, it's
Wow.
nice to finally meet you in person, employee 724. I checked out your file, and for all the years working for us, you've always done an outstanding job. You've never even once pulled the wrong lever. However, I was reviewing the budget for next year, and it turns out there isn't enough money for my yearly bonus payment and all our departments. So as a result, we need to do some cutbacks. We've already fired everyone from the Committee for the Advancement of Nonsensical Speech, the Division of Outrageous Hat Designs, and the Department of Silly Walks Innovations. And I'm afraid your department is next, 724.
Oh my god.
I've already relieved your colleagues of their duties, and now I'm afraid it's your turn. But worry not, as the company's productivity is in good hands. You will all be replaced with robots. They do not sleep, do not eat, and can do your job twice as fast in half the time.
Ugh.
I'm certain that this news puts your mind at ease. Good luck, former employee number 724.
Thoughts escaped Henry's mind when he heard this shocking revelation. He simply obeyed his boss one final time and walked through the door.
You really think I... Come on. You're gonna let me go out? The Art of Short-Term Profits, Boss Button. The best-selling book of the former CEO of EA Games. Oh! Oh my god, shots fired. Early access games. Oh no. No, you didn't. Okay, I promise I wouldn't press the button. But darn it! I did not want to go down there. Come on. I can't go back. Nope. Okay, fine. Darn. I don't want to leave. This was fun. Ah, you suck. Can I go back? Can I go back? That was cool. That was so cool. I can't go back. Darn. Alright. The universe where everything is dubbed in a foreign language. Oh no. How bad is this? Pick up the Goose Translator from the table. Okay. Oh. Alright, the door open. What's with the geese? Oh, you're our new lawyer. Well, I guess I am. What are you in for? We gave a code honk to a fellow soldier. Code honk? Yes, we went to his room in the middle of the night and honked at him as loud as we could. It was just to get him to be more disciplined. But he was so frightened that they had to take him to the Goose Hospital. He still hasn't recovered. Jesus. But we're innocent. You have to believe us. General Honkster gave us a direct order to give him the code honk. We are trained to follow orders without question. Of course the General denies it, and this is why we are on trial and facing Goose Jail. That's weird. Examination strategy. Phase 1. Initial questions. Objective. Build rapport and gather basic information. Phase 2. Gathering information. Ask provocative questions and press for details. Phase 3. Pressing for confession. Increase the Goose General's anger and present critical evidence. Phase 4. Increase the anger. Direct accusation in order to raise a general... I can't talk right now. Direct accusation in order to raise the Goose General's anger meter. Phase 5. Get the confession. Reach maximum anger level and get the General to confess. Okay. General N. Honkster. The General is currently the head of Goose Air Base at the Great Pond, where 100 other Goose soldiers are stationed. They are guarding the border with the Brenta geese on the other side. He is known to set off easily on his subordinates and generally has a hot temper. He never apologizes for his actions and hates when his decisions are questioned. Goal: make him angry enough so he will lose his temper and confess to the order. Evidence: transfer document stating that Private Gooseiago is to leave the base. Presented by General Honkster. Alright, that last one must be the evidence. What's going on? Alright, I'll help. Thank you. The documents on that table there should get you up to speed on your interrogation strategy for tomorrow. You should have the General to confess. Or skip the documents and go with your gut. Your call. Alright. Oh, last one. Case file. Victim: Private Gooseiago. It was reported that 2 soldiers from his battalion came late at night to his goose barracks and started honking as loudly as they could. The private went into shock and still hasn't recovered. The 2 soldiers claim that this treatment is called code honk, an unofficial and highly illegal method of dealing with soldiers who are performing poorly in training. They claim that the goal was just to scare him a bit so he could improve. That what happened to him was an accident. They also claim that General Honkster gave them a direct order to do this. They were not acting on their own accord. However, the general has denied these allegations. He claims that he gave an order for Gusiago not to be touched, and that he was going to let him go home that morning after the incident took place. Okay. General's cross-examination. Alright, select the question that you want to ask from the 3 options to begin the cross-examination. You have 5 questions to ask General Honkster. So that's a general right there. This is a jury. Alright, option 1, General Honkster, is it true that you ordered Private Gusiago not to be harmed and yet he was still attacked? How do you explain this failure? General, if you ordered Private Gusiago not to be harmed, do you think your strict policies might be leading to misunderstandings among your subordinates? Or 3, General, can you clarify if you explicitly ordered that Private Gusiago was not to be harmed? Were there any specific instructions given to your subordinates? Let's try this one. Failure. I clearly ordered that Gusiago was not to be harmed. How dare you question my command? Alright, I gotta fill that meter up. We only got 5 options to do it. Or 5 tries, I should say. Alright, General. Are your orders always followed, or do your subordinates sometimes find them too harsh to comply with? General, can you explain how orders are typically followed in your command? Are there ever any exceptions? General Honkster, isn't it true that your orders are often ignored because your subordinates don't respect you? Oh, this is good. My orders are always followed. Is that crystal clear? Oh, okay. General Honkster, if your orders are always followed, how do you explain signing a document for Private Gusiago to leave the base? He was safe, wasn't he? Are you playing duck, duck, goose with your own rules? General, if your orders are indeed followed as you claim, why is it necessary for Private Gusiago to leave the base under your watch? Is there a lapse in your oversight? Or, General, can you help us understand how a document for Private Gusiago to leave the base was signed? Was there perhaps a mistake in the chain of command? Let's check this one. Duck, duck, goose. Oh, you didn't like that. How dare you compare me to a duck? My honks are the law. There must be some foul play here. Who the honk are you to question me? General, any chance they misunderstood you about the code honk order? Perhaps it was a miscommunication within your command? General, did you authorize a code honk, or did your subordinates act without your approval? General Honkster, did you order the code honk? Are you trying to cover up your involvement? Let's go hard. Are you trying to cover it up? You snotty little... Do you want answers? Oh, okay. Do you have anything more to add? Let's see. General, I want the truth. You hear me, General? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has ponds, and those ponds have to be guarded by geese with wings. Who's gonna do it? You? You weep for Gusiago, but you have the luxury of not knowing what I know. That his accident Deep down, you know that you want me on that pond. You need me on that pond. And I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to you. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you find a pair of wings and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a honk what you title it to. Did you order a code honk? You're honking right, I did. And there you have it. He did it. Thanks to you, the 2 soldiers were cleared of all charges, and General Honkster was arrested instead. Hey. Oh, there's my door. Thank you so much. We knew you could do it. We owe you everything. We're truly sorry about what happened to Gusiago. I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, take care, you two. Stay out of trouble. That was a crazy universe right there. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, at least there were a few good ducks. Or geese. You know what I mean. Anyway. I'm gonna leave off here. And when we come back, we will check out the Nihilus universe. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. This was a crazy, crazy turn of events here. But I'm really enjoying this a lot. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to check this game out for yourself. But hey, anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one real soon. Take care.